became very thirsty. He flew in search of water, but he did not get water. He was going to die. Oh, he cried loudly. At last, he saw a pot of water, but the water was very low in the pot. Then he put some pebbles in the pot. The water reached top. The crow drank water and flew away happily. Thank you.
I'm Khadija. I'm telling you about the story Learn to Appreciate. Once upon a time, there was a man who was very helpful, kind-hearted and generous. He was a man who will help someone without asking, pay him back. He was a man who will help because he wants to and he loves to. One day, while walking into a dusty road, this man saw a purse. So he picked up the purse and noticed that the purse was empty. Suddenly, a woman with a policeman shows him and gets him arrested. The woman kept on asking, where did he hide her money? But the man replied, it was empty when I found it, ma'am. The woman yelled at him, please give it back. It's for my son's school fees. The man noticed that the woman was really felt sad, so he handed over his money. But he couldn't say that the woman was a single mother. The man said, take this. Sorry for the inconvenience. The woman left and the policeman held the man for further questioning. The woman was very happy, but when she counted her money, later on it was doubted. She was shocked. One day, while the woman going to pay her son's school fees towards the schools, she noticed that some skinny man was walking her behind. She thought that he may rob her, so she approached a policeman standing nearby. He was the same policeman who she took along to inquire about her purse. The woman told him about the man following her, but suddenly they saw that man collapsing. They ran at him and saw that he was the same man whom they arrested few days back for stealing a purse. He looked very weak and the woman was confused. The policeman said to the woman, he didn't return your money. He gave you his money that day. He was the thief, but hearing about your son's school fees, he felt sad and gave you his money. Later, the helper man stand up and man told the woman, please go ahead and pay your son's school fees. I saw you and followed you to be sure that no one steal your son's school fees. The woman was speechless. Moral: life gives a strange experience. Sometimes it shocks you, and sometimes it may surprise you. We end up making wrong judgments or mistakes in our anger, desperation and frustration. However, when you get a second chance to correct your mistakes and return the favor, be kind and generous. Learn to appreciate what you are given. Thank you.
Hi friends, I am Aisha Mehidas. I am studying in first B. A short story, The Farmer and the Crane. There once was a farmer who was very worried about his crop getting eaten by the birds. So he laid the trap for the birds. Next day he managed to catch a flock of the birds. A crane also got trapped in the net. The crane pleaded with the farmer for his freedom. The farmer retorted, "You have been found in the company of these birds, who were eating my seeds, so I will not spare you." Moral of the story: bad company is harmful. Thank you.
Respected teachers, parents, and all my friends, good morning to all. My name is Safa Fatima. I'm studying 6th standard. First, I'm telling a story. My story name, The Lion and the Rabbit. Once upon a time, there was a dense forest. In the forest, all the animals and birds lived in the perfect harmony. But there was a big and lazy and old giant. He was the king of the jungle. One day, the lion called all the animals and ordered them to come. The animal ordered them to come, one of them to him every day as his food. The animals were to him every day. The animals were too scared of the lion and agreed to obey his order. The lion was happy. Days went by. One day, it was the turn of the rabbit. The little rabbit reached the lion's den every day. Then the lion waited late. The lion was angry and asked, "Why are you late?" The rabbit acted wisely replied, "Master, I was on my way to your den, but on my way I was stopped by another lion who said, 'He is the king of the jungle.' He called you a take and wanted you to fight him to prove your supremacy." The lion was very angry and told Rabbit to take him to another lion. Rabbit girded the lion to use well and asked him to look inside. The foolish lion looked at his own reflection and thinking it was his competition and jumped inside and that was his end. All the animals rejoiced at the intelligence of the rabbit. My dear friends, what is this story moral? What is this story moral? Moral: intelligence is the superior physical strength. Thank you.
Good morning. Hi, my dear friends. Today I am going to tell a beautiful story. The story name is The Friendless Crow. Once there lived a crow in the jungle. One day he was flying in the sky. He always wished to have new things in his life. He saw some peacock feathers lying down on the ground. They were very beautiful. He thought that if stuck them to his tail, he would be as beautiful as the peacock. So he stuck them to his tail and flew to the peacock. He wanted to live with them, but they hated him completely and they drove him away. Then he flew back to the crows. They thought he was not a real crow because it had peacock tail. The crows always hated him. They drove him away from them. The crow didn't any friend after he tried to cheat the peacocks and other crows. Thus he became friendlessly. Moral: do not pretend to be what you are not. Thank you. Have a nice day.
My name is Muhammad. I study in first standard. My story name is The Fox and the Grapes. One day a fox saw a bunch of grapes hanging from a vine. He wanted the grapes, so he jumped and jumped again, but he did not get to the grapes. He said the grapes are sour and walked away.
A crow looked at a swan and thought how beautiful the swan is. She had all white feathers, whereas the crow was black. The crow expressed his thoughts to the swan. The swan replied that according to her, his parrot is the most beautiful bird as it has two colors and the swan had just one. Next, the crow approached the parrot, who simply said that peacock is the most beautiful than him as it is multicolored. When the crow expressed his thoughts to the peacock replied, "My dear crow, you are the luckiest bird on this planet, as you are never caged. Because of my beauty, I am trapped in this cage and you are free." On hearing this, the crow thought how foolish he had been and thanked for God making him the way he was. Moral: never compare yourself to others. Be happy in what you are and what you have.
Hi friends, good morning to all. My name is Maha Fatima. I study first day. My story name is Boy and the Stationery. Sunny was very fond of stationery, for his mother always gave him few nuts to eat. He always asked for more nuts. "Mama, please give me some more nuts." The mother said, "No, my dear, no, don't this. Otherwise, you will get stomachache." One day, Sunny was alone in the house. It took the jar of cashew nuts and it took so many cashew nuts. Next day, he started crying. "Ah, Mama, my stomach is paining." He realized his mistake in the moral of the story. Other you will again. Thank you. Have a nice day.
My name is Shamsia Fatima. I am studying 4th A. My story name is The Fox and the Grapes. One day a fox was very hungry. He was looking for some food. He searched for a long time. Finally, he found a bunch of grapes hanging from the vine. The grapes was very high on the vine. The fox looked up and trying to reach the grapes, but he could not. He got tired of trying and gave up. He said the grapes were sour and he went away. Don't give up. Try and try till you succeed. Thank you.
Hi friends, I'm Fatima Jasleen from 3rd A. Let's hear a story. The Great Elephant. Once upon a time there was an elephant living
teachers, and my dear friends. I like to speak an inspirational story before you all. The title of my story is The Honest Woodcutter. Once upon a time, there was a woodcutter named Polu. One day, while he was cutting the wood near the edge of river, his axe slipped from his arm and fell into the river. Bolu cried a lot because his axe fell down into the river, are the only means of his livelihood. Hearing the cry of Bolu, the god of water appeared. Then the god of water said, "Why are you weeping?" Bolu said, "My axe fell down into the river." Seeing the situation, the god of water dipped in the water and came out with the axe of gold. God of water said, "This is your axe." Bolu said, "No, this is no mine." Again the god of water dipped in the water and came out with the axe of silver. Seeing the axe, Bolu again said, "No, this is not mine." Again the god of water dipped in the water and came out with the axe of Bolu's. Seeing the old axe, Bolu was exclaimed joy and said, "Yes, yes, this is mine." Seeing the honesty of Bolu, the god of water was very happy. The god of water said, "This is the reward of your honesty. Take these 3 axes." Bolu was very happy. The moral of the story is, honesty is the best policy. Thank you.
The Fox and the Crow. Once upon a time, there was a crow. He had a piece of cheese. A hungry fox came there. His mouth watered when he saw the piece of cheese. He thought of a plan to get it. He praised the voice of Crow. The fox asked him to sing a song. When the crow opened his mouth to sing, the piece of cheese fell down. The fox ate it and went away. Moral of the story is, beware of flatter.
Good morning to all. I am Fatima Hana from 3rd year. I am telling a story, The Lion and the Cows. Once upon a time, there lived 4 cows in a forest. Every day they used to graze together in a particular spot. They were all friends. Then one day a lion saw the cows grazing together. The lion wanted to eat them, so he went to catch them. When the cow saw the lion, all of them fought with him. The lion had to run away. A few days passed and the cow quarreled between themselves and started grazing separately. One by one, the lion killed all of them. Moral of the story, unity is strength. Thank you. Hi friends, I am Hiba Fatima. I will tell a small story. Story is The Fox and the Crow. Once a hungry crow got a piece of bread. She flew with it to a tree. She was about to eat the bread. My fox came there. He wanted to get the piece of the wonderful bread. Oh my dear crow, how beautiful you are! Surely you have a sweet voice. Can you please sing a song for me? The crow felt proud on hearing this. She opened her mouth to sing. The piece of bread fell down. The fox picked it up. He laughed at the crow and walked away.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. I am Aisha Hamda. Lion and the Cows. Once upon a time, there lived 4 cows in the forest. Every day they used to graze together in a particular spot. They were all friends. One day, a lion saw the cows grazing together. The lion wanted to eat them, so he went to catch them. When the cows saw the lion, all of them fought with him. The lion had to run away. A few days passed and the cow quarreled between themselves and started grazing separately. One by one, the lion killed all of them. Thank you.